On the surface, the first-person shooter has come a long way since its origins in games like Wolfenstein 3D. But dig down just a tiny bit and you'll find elements of those games in even the most modern shooters. And as a result, old shooters tend to hold up a little bit better than a lot of other genres. You're still ultimately doing the same basic thing you do in a modern shooter. The experience just tends to hold a lot less graphical complexity. So this week, I'm looking at the ultimate early shooter, the original Doom. Doom took all the things that made id's first shooter, Wolfenstein 3D, so great and improved on each of them considerably, from the underlying technology to the environments to the weapon variety. Wolfenstein may have originated the genre, but Doom was the game that perfected it. Of course, given its age, it's lacking a lot of modern comforts. For example, the lack of modern controls will probably turn a lot of people off, but their absence is a key part of the game's design. Given proper mouse look, the game would lose a lot of its essence. Being able to easily line up shots would make the game far too easy and take away quite a bit of the tension. And even in a modern context, that tension is still a huge component of playing through Doom. The monstrous noises coming from behind walls and doors as you go through the level are every bit as dread-inducing as they have always been, which is honestly pretty surprising to me. But it's not because you expect to see something scary pop out around the corner like Doom 3. Doom does have its jump scares, but that's not really what you're frightened of. You're frightened not by the appearance of the monster, but by what it can do to you. And that's because Doom is at times a very difficult game. Some of the higher difficulties are absolutely impossible if you've never played the game before. But Doom is also rewarding. Getting through an area feels like a real achievement because of that aforementioned difficulty. There's a small sigh of relief you let out once you've killed all the demons and can start go hunting for weapons and ammo. And that's still there today. Doom is mechanically simple enough where pretty much everything has made it to the modern day mostly intact. Of course, that excludes the graphics. While its mechanics and even its atmosphere are just as perfect and pure as they ever were, graphically speaking, Doom has certainly seen better days. Now, there's a cool retro aesthetic to it at this point, something that other games have capitalized on, but when you get up close to stuff, it's hard to ignore that the game is definitely over 20 years old. Still, the thing that's hardest to acclimate to when playing Doom today is its level design. It, of course, has the labyrinthine levels that were such a part of every shooter for a very long time. And while the annoyance is somewhat eased by the game's auto-mapping system and the relatively short length of each individual level, it can often be extremely frustrating to wander around the same areas over and over again, trying to figure out how to get through an increasingly complex series of color-coded doors. However, Doom's core gameplay loop has remained incredibly intact. Every feeling I remember having from the first time I ever played Doom was still there. The danger looming around every corner, the constant concern that I was going to run out of ammunition, and most importantly, the pure joy of wiping out a room full of demons. Doom is a perfect example of how the most simple games age the best. And if you've somehow never had a chance to play it, you should absolutely give it a shot. There have definitely been some bad versions, some poorly executed ports over the years, but anything running on an even vaguely modern system should do absolutely fine. Every Monday, I look at a game that's at least 10 years old, and I see how well it's held up, if it's still worth playing today. If you like that idea, be sure to subscribe so you can see the latest videos. If you like this video in particular, be sure to hit that like button, and thanks for watching.